Hi friends! Welcome to Kitchen Princess Bamboo Japanese Everyday Food. Today I'm gonna be making Suiton. Suiton is a wheat flour dumpling cooked in a soup made with a lot of vegetables. This is one of the most humble dishes in Japanese cuisine, eaten for a long period of time. This is a very primitive form of udon noodles. You can make it easily at home if you have flour on hand. I remember Suiton was served as school lunch at elementary school. It always reminds me of my childhood. You can use any vegetables in your fridge for this recipe. But I don't want to skip the Kabocha squash. And I'm going to introduce you the kombu tsukudani using a leftover from the dashi episode from the last week. This is one of the most popular condiments for the onigiri. I like to use Niboshi Dashi, which I introduced you last week for this recipe. Let's get started. First, remove heads and guts from the niboshi and pack them in a tea bag. I'm going to cook everything all together in one pot. Set aside until used. Let's cut the vegetables. Wash and clean the burdock roots. Scrub well and remove the dirt. Young people don't want to prepare the dirty root vegetables like this. It's quite easy, but people think it is time-consuming. So we have a product like frozen burdock root. It's ready to use in a minute. Or packed in a pillow filled with water. If you happen to have a burdock root at your local grocery store, just try it. It is very earthy, a unique flavor that any other vegetables don't have. Cut them into 1/4 inch thick diagonal slices. Release in cold water to prevent browning. Peel your carrot and cut into 4. Slice into thin strips. Peel the daikon radish and slice them into strips as well. Cut the kabocha squash into 1-inch squares. The kabocha squash is very firm, so be careful not to cut your fingers. I always leave the skin on because I don't want to fall off in the soup. Just cut the dirty part or scratches on the skin off. If you don't like it, cut it off. Cut off the base of the cluster of shimeji mushroom and separate them into bite size. Thinly slice the scallion for the garnishing. I'm going to use Abura-age for the protein today. You can use chopped chicken or sliced pork as well. Pour over the boiling water to remove the excess oil. By doing this, the oil is removed and Abura-age absorbs the delicious broth. Cut them into the same shape as the carrot and daikon radish. Today I bought a big one, so I use a half of it. Keep the rest for the other use. Wrap in the plastic wrap and you can keep it in the freezer for up to a month. I almost forgot to add the onions. Onion adds a natural sweetness as well as kabocha squash and it goes well together. Cut in half horizontally and cut into 1/2 inch slices. All the cutting is done. Let's prepare the suiton. In a small bowl, add in 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Add in 1/4 cup of water and mix with your chopsticks until it forms a dough. Keep mixing until you get a smooth dough. Shape into a bowl and cover with a plastic wrap and set aside until the miso soup is ready. In the pot, add in all the ingredients we have just prepared. Keep the kabocha squash aside because it takes less time to cook than other vegetables. Pour in the water and niboshi tea bag. Cover the lid and cook for 15 minutes on low or until the vegetables are softened. Add in kabocha squash and remove the tea bag. Squeeze out all the umami. Submerge the kabocha squash into the soup. Take out the dumpling dough, tear into a bite size, and dump into the soup. Cover and cook 5 more minutes. After 5 minutes, it should look like this. Smells very comforting in my kitchen. Ladle a scoop of soup into miso and loosen it up and back into the soup. Stir gently. Continue cooking until just before boiling, and there you have your suiton. The flour makes the soup slightly thickened. Warms up our bodies from the inside. You can use any kind of miso of your choice. You can add red miso and blend it with the yellow miso, but white miso is relatively expensive, so we use it for a special occasion. Now for the dishes like this. Ladle into a serving bowl as much as you want, and don't forget to sprinkle the chopped scallions and shimeji chili pepper if you have one to give it a nice kick. Let me taste. It is piping hot. You don't want to burn your tongue with the heat. Kabocha squash with the delicate aroma of miso is so comforting. Suiton is chewy, but not chewy like mochi. It has a unique texture, which I expected. It absorbs Niboshi Dashi well and so delicious. And here I introduce kombu tsukudani. Let's make a delicious condiment for onigiri with leftover dashi ingredients. Shred the leftover kombu against the grain and slice the rehydrated dried shiitake mushroom. Put them in a pot and pour the niban dashi to cover. To get the very tender texture, we add the seasonings in 2 to 3 stages. First, we will add 1 tablespoon of sugar, cover and simmer until the kombu is soft to chew for about 40 to 50 minutes. Add in 1 tablespoon of sugar and half a tablespoon of soy sauce and cook until the sauce is reduced. After that, add in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of glutinous rice syrup. I know this is hard to find, so you can just replace it with the same amount of sugar or corn syrup. I don't recommend to use honey because it tastes honey. Cook until almost all of the liquid is gone. Glutinous rice syrup makes tsukudani shiny and texture firm on the outside but soft on the inside. It is very salty, but it's okay. We eat a little amount at one meal. It should be salty because we eat it with rice. The best part of making tsukudani at home is you can add on as much as you want. It is delicious. It keeps well up to a few weeks in the fridge. 1 big bowl of suiton could be a perfect meal that contains all of the nutrition we need without containing fat. It would be very nice if served with 1 or 2 small onigiri, and very good for your chilly days before spring comes. Alright, that's it for today. I hope it's helpful and give it a try and let me know how you like it. Thank you for watching the video. Give me a big thumbs up and share the video with your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on the social media and tag me on your post if you give it a try. And please go to my website for the printable recipe. My store on Amazon has pretty much everything that I'm using in my video. All the link is in the description box below. I'll bring you the best Japanese recipes for your good eat and good health. Thanks again, and I will see you soon. Bye!